It's now time for another hit or miss.
Welcome to another edition of Hit or Miss, where I review the games so you don't have to. Every now and again, I feel it prudent to take a step back from the latest product churned out by one of the big companies, like beef from a meat grinder. Granted, it's attractive beef with the latest engine and revolutionary graphics and gameplay more intense than anything you've ever experienced. Why do they all promise that, by the way? Ever heard of Mouse Chief Games? Doubt it. 7 Grand Steps is their latest and second product. This 2013 Indie Games Festival finalist is educational with the rudimentary graphical overlay found in games as far back as 1995. Don't press stop yet. I promise I'm going somewhere good with this. This is a very interesting combination of strategy and board game. Heck, the primary interface looks quite a bit like a roulette wheel. You start near the center of that wheel as a peasant, learning skills and passing them along to further generations. The skills you select can land you a true legacy or keep you in the mud. Developers are insistent that 7 Grand Steps will spellbind you after just a few minutes of gameplay, but with it not getting much airtime and with the flock being herded toward the beef, I'm afraid I have to give this a miss. But it is a Cinderella of misses, and if you ever get the chance to try it out, don't pass it up. 7 Grand Steps can be found for PC and Mac. Next, Star Trek the video game. Now, one might argue that there are plenty of Star Trek video games available. Those people would be right. However, this one is New Universe Star Trek, taking place between the 2009 film and Into the Darkness. The game revolves around a mission to the New Vulcan colony, which has been attacked by the Gorn. You play as both Spock and Kirk in a co-op environment, shifting between the characters as needed. They each offer unique playstyles to keep it fresh. Star Trek the video game also does its best to allow players the opportunity to dive off that linear path a lot of games take you down. You can shoot them up right down the center, or cut off to the side and practice being stealthy. A lot of games have been trying this venture with a good deal of success along the way. However, I am jaded by the graphics and engine. They're not awful, but shooters are being held to a higher standard that I feel needs to be acknowledged here. Star Trek fans are going to love this one for the plot it adds to one of the most plot-rich science fiction tales in history, but for not really breaking new ground in the genre, this too is a miss.
That's not really cool, man.
Star Trek the video game releases April 23rd for PC, Xbox 360, and PS3. That's it for this edition of Hit or Miss, where I review the games so you don't have to.
A little bit of the old, a little bit of the new,
I am assuming direct control.
and everything in between. You're listening to Game On GameNTrain.com.